What's up? Welcome back. Today we open the seventh seal in chapter 8 of Revelations, starting in verse 1. And when he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of an hour and a half. And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given seven trumpets. Verse 1. When the seventh seal is lifted, the scroll is finally opened, so that its contents can be released. The half an hour of silence in heavens echoes Zephaniah 1:7. This implies that the day of the Lord begins with the trumpet judgments. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before God out of the angel's hand. And the angels took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and earthquake. And the seven angels which had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound. Verse 2 through 6. This pause implies that hour of temptation begins with the judgment of the seven trumpets. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of trees were burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. Verse 7. The effects of the first trumpet are hail, fire, and blood, which combines what happened in the first Exodus 7:19 through 20 and 7 Exodus 9:22 through 25 plagues on Egypt. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood, and the third part of the creatures which were in the sea had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. Verse 8 through 9. The description of the second trumpet sounds like the eruption of a great island volcano. A third part of the sea becoming blood, and a third of the creatures in its dying is similar to what happened to the Nile River and its fish in the first plague on Egypt in Exodus 7:17 through 21, but on a global scale. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. Verse 10 through 11. The effects of the third trumpet are like a meteorite, a falling star, hitting the earth and causing toxic water pollution, killing many people. Wormwood is a non-poisonous but bitter plant common to the Middle East. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars. So as the third part of them were darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Verse 12. It is difficult to understand the exact effects of the fourth trumpet, though it clearly echoes the ninth plague on Egypt, Exodus 10:21 through 23. For the sun, moon, and stars to be darkened by a third could mean 1. These heavenly bodies are visible for a third less time than is normal, or 2. The intensity of their light is reduced by a third, as if by the recent cosmic disturbances. And I held and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Verse 13. The remaining three trumpet judgments will maximize the woe upon the earth dwellers. Verse 7 through 12. The first four trumpet judgments in this section mirror the plagues upon Egypt in Exodus 7 through 11.